Hello, thank you very much for tuning in. My name's Stuart. I'm a classical record collector and I also sell records from my website. The URL is at the top of this video. Now, Beethoven. So Beethoven Symphony Number 1. I have to confess that I'm 59 years old and up until this time, I've never really kind of connected with Beethoven's Symphony Number 1. For me, Beethoven has always been the Third Symphony, the Fifth Symphony, the Sixth, the Seventh, maybe the Eighth and the Ninth. So I've had a bit of a deaf spot with Symphony Number 1, Symphony Number 2. Actually, four is pretty good. So yeah, 4. But I think in particular Number 1 and Number 2, I'd considered that Beethoven was sort of preparing himself for great things to come, and that Number 1 and Number 2 were not great symphonies in themselves. However, better late than never. And I don't know, maybe it's just that I needed to hear the right recording. Who knows? But I'm going to be reviewing the Bernstein. I've got the Bernstein set of the 9 symphonies. These were recorded live in 1980. They're in analog sound. These are made in West Germany. And I listened yesterday to the first symphony. I thought, I bought this set a while ago from a local collector, and I thought I better have a listen to this. So I put the first symphony on, and I don't know, but I was kind of entranced really from an early stage listening to this. Uh, I mean, the quality of the musical invention, and it is so unmistakably a new voice in music. I know that I made a video criticizing Beethoven for his attempt to emulate Mozart's great piano quintet K452. He composed that in 1995. I believe that the first symphony was composed in the year 1800. So obviously something big happened to Beethoven in his creative and his mastery, in his creative outlook. Something major. There was a major shift. Whether he reached that gradually or whether it just was like a kind of eureka thing, I imagine it was a gradual process. And this first symphony really impressed me a lot. And I would say it is a great symphony. And yeah, so I think the question I'm asking is, how good is this recording? How good is this performance of Bernstein? It really impressed me, the sound quality and everything, and the actual performance. Let's have a listen to the conclusion of the first symphony. It's only about a minute or so, so if you could bear with me, and I'll make some more comments after. So let's have a listen to the actual recording. It's the end of the side, so you can also evaluate my Riga and tell me whether there's any end of side distortion coming through. Here we go. Okay, there we are. I hope you enjoyed that. And I really enjoyed the whole symphony from start to finish. Obviously, it's beyond the scope of this video to really play you any more of it. Now, with this being a live performance, I've always thought that with a live performance, it's not necessarily going to be better than a studio performance, but there's always that scope for, the relationship between the audience and the orchestra is something that could really drive the orchestra to excel themselves, especially in a situation where they know that they can't do it again. So in a studio, if there's something that they're not happy with, they can clip it and they can they can play through the bars again. But in a live performance, you haven't got that opportunity, and the musicians are really charged up to get it right first time. It can be really quite thrilling. That's what I get in this performance. I can almost feel the excitement in the in what the audience are hearing and the way that the musicians are transmitting it. Maybe that's why this particular performance of Beethoven's First Symphony finally made me realize that this is in fact a great symphony. However, or it might well just be that I'm at that time in my life when finally I tuned in to this particular symphony. Because, I mean, for me, Mozart's always been the greatest composer. Not to say that I don't admire Beethoven. And, I mean, Beethoven's symphonies are in another world compared with virtually every other composer. So, I'm a big Beethoven fan as well. I've got some blind spots with Beethoven, most notably and shamefully the string quartets, which is bizarre because I love Mozart and Schubert's quartets, even Brahms, but for some reason Beethoven's quartets just go over my head. Maybe it will be the same with Beethoven quartets, as I've found out with Bernstein conducting. I just need to hear the right performances. I don't know, but anyway, let's have a quick look at this set that I've taken this from. Yeah, so live performances from 1980. What is it? The Vienna Philharmonic. Yeah, 1980. Actually, I've had a good look through the booklet and it doesn't really seem to say where the performances were taking place. I presume they were done in Austria or Germany. So the book itself in here, I might as well review the set a little bit. You know, it's got a superb book with it. Yeah. Now, this probably came out in CD as well. You'd be looking at a tiny little booklet. But really, there's so much information in here. You know, there are essays here about contemporary reaction to Beethoven's symphonies. And, I mean, Beethoven's First Symphony did not get a good reaction. He was criticized for too much detail. And you know, too many bold ideas and that kind I mean, the very thing that we like Beethoven for, the sort of almost bombastic kind of presentation. I mean, nobody does that better than Beethoven. You might as well do it unashamedly, because it's fabulous to listen to. Interpretations and everything. It's an absolutely phenomenal book. It's even got a chapter on sorry, musical life in Beethoven's Vienna. It's got some really good illustrations, and yeah, it's just a fabulous. You know, they've really gone to town on this book. I mean, on this whole set, and you know, nice picture there at the back showing. It looks to me like a performance of the Ninth Symphony. So I imagine that Bernstein went over and to record these in live performances over maybe 2 or 3 weeks or something. And I really like Bernstein as a conductor. You know, I mean, he understood and he admired Mozart and also Beethoven, of course. And you know, yeah. So I think that it's just the symphonies, no overtures here, I believe. Let's have a quick look. Yep, just the symphonies. That's fair enough. You don't need to put overtures on as well. So on the first record, we've got the First Symphony and then the Fourth Symphony. The Second Symphony, I think, is a two-side symphony, so you know, they couldn't. Otherwise, number 1 and number 2 would have gone nicely on the first record. But what else to say about this? Yeah, so there's the set. Let me know if you know about. Do you know anything about this set? And what do you think about Beethoven's First Symphony? Your favorite performances? I know that we've got Klemperer, we've got Karajan, who's done the Beethoven cycle several times. Well, we've got countless great conductors who've tackled the Beethoven symphonies. Let me know what your favorite is, and you know, whether you think that where you put the Bernstein live 1980 performance, because I think it's really excellent. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Goodbye for now.